So I guess if I just jump straight into it, this benchmarking report that SWOOP has been releasing yearly is a massive piece of work. And it's really a huge testament to the efforts of the SWOOP team. A lot of data has been crunched and released to the world, basically for free. And even though I should know a whole lot about Microsoft Teams because that's all I work on day in and day out, I still found myself learning so many new things from this report, and I'm sure you'll also find the same when you get around to reading it. So I think the big standout with the findings this year is that there's really no denying the big impact that COVID-19 has had on the way that we now work. And I'm sure by now you're all very familiar with the, I guess, maybe buzzword or buzz phrases, shift to remote work, increased digital transformation, teamwork, collaboration. Those are the really big ones. And these concepts became top of mind because the traditional workplace simply couldn't exist anymore amidst the pandemic that's going on. So suddenly we had to find ways to keep our teams connected, even while they worked virtually and apart. And that, of course, saw a huge uptake in collaboration platforms like Teams. So with everyone rushing to transition to this new normal and just working to kind of get everything set up and up and running digitally and virtually, it almost comes as no surprise that a huge chunk of organizations who now had to make this shift just aren't maximizing their use of the Teams platform. So then this leads us to the question of, are we actually making the most out of Teams, and how do we even start to do that? And this is really where SWOOP's analysis really shines a light on. Anyone can use Teams for its basic functions, the chat, the calling, the meetings, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. To get to the valuable and meaningful interactions, to get to being more productive in the flow of your work, you have to go beyond using Teams as a telephony tool. And when you make that shift, you get to the really exciting stuff. And that's all the stuff that I'm working in on my role right now. So things like extensibility, which is all about integrating apps and workflows into your everyday to help you be more productive, to help you manage your projects in one place, and so forth. But another area is effective teaming, which the SWOOP report really delves into. And I'm sure the team will delve into it later in this webinar. So the questions of, how do great teams collaborate? What does great even look like? And what better way to learn from these benchmarked organizations and top performing teams who've already gone through the journey? So I guess speaking more from the Microsoft end on what's coming and our vision, the exciting stuff that's happening, that's always coming out of the woodwork, it was always going to go beyond the telephony functions. So Teams was never meant to be just a communication tool, because a lot of that already exists with all our competitors and so forth. So we wanted to always create a single hub for teamwork where you start and where you end your day. So you're seeing a shift in focus towards making Teams more extensible and customizable so that developers and partners and customers and just everyday users can start building apps and integrating their workflows and processes directly into Teams.